But I could almost guarantee that your weekend wasn't quite as phenomenal as Matt's.
Yeah, mine was pretty good, but I don't want to show off. I don't want to tell the story about meeting Coldplay. I don't really want to go into it, But let's just say good things happen to good people.
Where was Hosking's invite?
Well,
that's what he's asking.
Okay, well, I will tell the story then. If you press me,
I'm twisting your arm.
Yeah,
everybody wants to know.
If people, so many people are twisting my arm on 9292. So I did my glowing review of the Coldplay concert from Wednesday on the Mike Hosking Breakfast show.
Yeah,
and Chris Martin heard the review, so he got management to reach out to me.
Wait, hang on. Chris Martin himself was listening to Mike Hosking Breakfast and heard it live.
Oh, I'm not sure. He consumed the content somehow.
Yeah.
And and through a series of people, they tracked me down and invited me along to the show. And I thought on Saturday, and I thought, oh, that's very, very nice of them. I thought I was just going along to the show to see it with free tickets. So me and my partner, we went along. We were really, really happy. Live near Eden Park, so we wandered down and then found out that we had friends and family invites. So then we were in the friends and family bit before the show.
Yeah.
And that was good. Members of the band were mingling around, and then I met a lovely member of the management team, also called Chris,
right.
And I had a great chat with him, and then I thought we're just going along the thing, and then at the end he goes, hey, the band want to meet you. Oh. And so this was just before the show, so they lead me backstage, me and Tracy backstage. We go the area just before the tunnel before they run onto the stage.
Yeah.
And it's like an army back there putting that show together because the show is incredible and there's so many moving parts. So there's people, so much admin going on, so many logistics going on. So we stand there, and then I thought we're just going to watch the band go on stage. So then the band come out, and then Chris Martin comes up to me and he gives me a big hug, and he goes, he whispers in my ear, and I tell you what, that guy he's tall.
Yeah.
And he's fit.
Good cuddler?
He's a good cuddler.
Yeah.
He's muscular. I think he's got a yoga body. But anyway, he gives me a cuddle and he goes, I heard your review and thank you so much. What you said about me was so good, and it really meant a lot. And I believe in if people do good things and say good things, I want to and put love out into the world. I want it to come back in. So I wanted to invite you here, and I just wanted to say thank you to you personally. I said, thank you so much.
Wow.
And then he goes, would you like to? Well, would you do something with me? And I said, sure, anything, You're a superstar, Chris Martin. I didn't say that, but
you should have.
Whatever he wanted me to do, I was going to do. So he pulled me over. And the band and backup singers got in a circle around, and it's obviously a thing they do before each show. And then he called over my partner as well, and he said, "Come over here, Tracy. You come over here as well." and then we got into the scrum, into the huddle beforehand, and he goes, "This is Matt Heath and his partner Tracy," and he wrote a fantastic review, and they were like, "Yeah, they'd read it," and they were like, "Thank you so much," and they all said thank you, and then they were like, "Okay, this is what we do," and then he said some words about beautiful sort of words, hype up the band words, and then we all put our hands into the middle.
Unreal.
And went, way! And then he said thank you again, gave me a hug, and ran on stage. And then we were handed balloons, and we were sent around the side to the front of the audience, and we were throwing the balloons out into the audience. Although I think I messed up the throwing of the balloons at some point. I needed to duck down anyway. There was a few people doing that, and then we were led in to watch the show from a very, very good seats that were sort of a couple of seats away from Chris Martin's dad.
And what was going through your head?
It was so surreal, and what was really good because there was no cameras back there, so it wasn't one of those situations where you meet a star and you're trying to get something from them like a photo or a signature. It was just a real genuine experience, and he had a really good chat to me, and you could just tell this is a really good guy that really preaches what he lives what he preaches.
Sounds like
about
it,
the love you make is equal to the love you take kind of situation.
The review was glowing, no doubt about that. And if you want to listen to it, you can get it on Week on Demand on the ZB website. But there was part of that review where, and you mentioned to Mike that you thought Chris might have been a bit of a punchable character. Did that come up?
I started my review by saying, I'm a cynical guy, and I always knew Chris Martin was talented, but there's some sort of a slight punchable nature about him.
Yeah.
And he did mention that. He said, I loved your review, even though you described me as punchable at the start. But then I said, after seeing him live, and I've always loved their music, the music's fantastic, but after seeing them live, I said in the review I would follow this guy into battle.
Yes, you
and I
did.
would follow that guy into battle. I think he's one of the best frontmen I've ever seen. And people said, "Oh, that's crazy to say that he's up there with Mick Jagger and Freddie Mercury, even though they're very different frontmen."
Yeah.
And no, I stand by it. He can hold the 50,000 people in the palm of their hands,
Certainly
and
can.
everyone's smiling. And the guy can sing like nothing else.
Yeah.
It's incredible, and the band's fantastic. So that was a really good experience. And then we had tickets to the after party.
How was that?
That was a good time.
Yeah, how long were you there for?
I was there for ages, just ripped it up.
That's you?
Deep into the night.
Yeah, you and Chris Martin?
Yeah, no, not so much. I actually went home a bit early, but my son's just turned 18 and somehow he'd got an invite there, so it's kind of weird to be.
How the hell are the Heaths getting all these bloody invites?
No, but it was a special experience, and it was great to see the sort of backstage workings of an incredible band. So, and look, Chris Martin, what a top bloke.
Okay, good things happen to good people, as you say. You see, you started here at Newstalk ZB and boom, you're part of the crowd now. Great story.